morning, Azeroth. Broadcasting live from the trade district of Stormwind.
Hey, who rerouted all cane relay through the coffee pot again?
Coffee's done.
Hang on. I think we got it.
This is Azeroth Morning Radio. Warcraft for the rest of us.
And good Tuesday morning, Azeroth. Welcome. This is Azeroth Morning Radio.
Hello.
Hearing that just makes me want to laugh.
Hearing that makes me want to do some time walking dungeons.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we need to get on that. Welcome to the show, everybody. This week on the episode, we are talking housing. There is only housing. Let us tell you about our Lord and Savior, housing in World of Warcraft.
By the gods, are you done yet?
And also, we're going to detail a guest appearance we made on another show. Super stoked about that. But before we get there, friends, my name is Jibs, and I'm joined by my good buddy, Cash.
Wow, you really must be in mellow mode this week because of how quaint the housing areas are.
Oh, buddy, I don't want to leave. I haven't used a class skill in 2 days. I accidentally used Fade or Levitate today. And I'm like, oh, wait, I'm flying. Oops. Or floating.
You're not even picking up on it.
What?
You didn't even insult me this week.
I haven't insulted you for 3 weeks.
Well, maybe I missed it. Maybe that's my alter ego telling me that I need to be insulted.
Do you want one?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's do it.
2025's worst deck creator. His name is Cash.
Oh, too soon. That one cut to the core.
It's not even true. It's not even true. Your house. We're going to talk about it, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
Friends, we're not lying. Like this was our week. Like we're going to get into talking about weeks and yeah. So if you didn't know, housing is now live.
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
With 11.2.7. There is so much other stuff live with 11.2.7. But we're going to talk about housing because it is the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and we have had at least a few days to dive into the system. We did not get into it in the beta. We wanted to wait. We had some friends that were doing some beta stuff, and they were very, very good. They were 100% gentlemen about not giving us any spoilers about anything. They were very good. But man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what'd you do in, I would say what'd you do in gaming this week, but I feel like that's going to take us right into the entire show.
It is. It's pretty obvious. I was in housing all week long. At least since it came out. And like I said, we've had a few days, but I had to force myself to start doing some quests. And I think the forcing was done by the fact that I had some rep to finish and I had some things I had to finish up in order to get certain items that I needed to continue on with my housing journey. So I did a lot of that. And I'll tell you what, it's been a long time since I have lost track of hours. I've gotten good over the years of playing World of Warcraft and not overdoing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the girl I'll play on my downtimes or when I don't have anything for work going on or any other projects. And because I'm a pretty busy dude, I have a lot of things, a lot of irons in the fire, I'll say. And with family, as I've gotten a little older, I've really done a good job at balancing my family and my game time. Really gotten good at it. And my wife's noticed a huge difference. My family's noticed a huge difference. But man, this week was a little different. I lost track of time all 3 days because of all the things that were going on and what I was trying to do. And man, you just turned that music up.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. It was a wonderful week. By the way, folks, I'm getting over a cold, so if I sound a little rough, I'm sorry. I know it's not enjoyable to listen to. I'm sorry. But housing. Yeah. I mean, my goodness, that's where I've been. Like, it's so funny. I was thinking yesterday, I'm like, man, everything leading up to this patch release was all about midnight in my head. Like, in my head, I'm prepping for midnight, from classes to really trying to nail down my, like becoming a student of my class and, blah, blah, blah. I'm still working heavily through, I'm in chapter 10 of Blood Ties from Christy Golden. So like, I'm just really all in on midnight, really thinking about it. And then the show stuff, of course. And that patch drops, and the whole thing that's been on my mind is like, oh, and privately, I've been really wanting to get into a cozy game, like for an off game, something I typically will dabble in a secondary game when I'm not playing Warcraft, just because I enjoy having a secondary game. And it's something more like a palate cleanser, like I'll play a couple games of, not very long, and then I'm right back into Warcraft. But I've really been wanting this cozy style of game, so like something like Palia or something like Stardew Valley, like that sort of thing, right? And I've been wanting that for a while, and then housing dropped, and I'm like, oh, this is my cozy game. I found it.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay. This housing's a lot better than we thought. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. And I've said it on the show before. I'm not a mobile game guy at all. I just, I don't enjoy mobile games very much. But I also have been looking for, I always look at mobile games because they always look so interesting to me. And games just like that, like Stardew Valley and, the ones where like you can have a little farm and you can just kind of take your time that aren't like money sinks, right? Those just irritate the crap out of me. But I never really felt the need for it. It was always like, well, if the perfect one pops up, then maybe I'll do it. But man, I just don't think there is a need for it anymore with all of the things that housing brings to you. And guys, we're not at a point where we're learning all this stuff for the first time. We're experiencing this stuff for the first time. We've been covering housing here for several episodes and doing a lot of research on it. So we knew what was coming, but to feel what was actually delivered, and granted, there's some bugs. There are definitely some bugs, and it was a little bit of a rocky start. I think even we had some friends that were doing time walking and stuff. And they were having some problems. So the servers are being inundated right now, and that may be what's creating some of the problems. And there are definitely some bugs. Remember, this is early access to the system. So some things are going to happen. I think one of the funniest things that's been happening to me, and I know it's been happening to other folks out there too, other content creators, because they've been covering it. The front door of my house, when I log out, it like teleports to the back door of my house. So when I log in, it's no big deal. Like, I just don't want it to be a forever thing. But when I log in, I have to fix it every time. And it's 2 clicks. So it's not a big deal to fix it. But I just hope that when I log out, my neighbors aren't coming by going, what the F, man? Like, what's wrong? Why did you put your front door on your back door? And why do you have hovering potted plants on the front side of your house? It's like, no. It's a bug. So anyway, there are some bugs, but I think the biggest thing is that the experience that we've been delivered, it has been something pretty magical.
Yeah, it absolutely has. And folks, we're going to talk about housing a lot this episode. But before we get to that, like we said earlier, this week on the show, we are talking housing. We're talking about the time we debuted on another show. We guest spotted on another show that we were invited on. And we're debuting a brand new staple segment here on the show called Tool Time Azeroth Edition. So that's coming later in the episode. But before that, folks, if you are a casual player, a 9-to-5er, maybe you're a weekend warrior like a lot of us are, working the weekends, you have a family, but you love Azeroth, well, this show is for you. So welcome home. We'll be right back.
Friends, we just want to make a quick little correction there. Jibs asked if you're a 9-to-5er. That meant if you're working 9 to 5, not playing World of Warcraft 9 to 5. Of course, if you are playing World of Warcraft from 9 to 5, you are more than welcome to be here. But I think he meant work.
We'll be right back after commercial break.
This is a GNN special report with war correspondent Fizwick Flashbang. When the war horns echo across Azeroth, the Warband podcast is already on the front lines, delivering fresh news, sharp insights, and all the scuttlebutt you didn't know you needed. This is your war report from the front lines of Azeroth, where chaos reigns, loot is scarce, and somehow Swaglock and Chicken are in charge?
Look, we don't die. We just take extended tactical naps between pools.
Yeah, and I'm the one who has to drag him back with a feather and a prayer again.
Hey, listen. Strategy is 90% confidence, and maybe like 10% hoping the healer's paying attention.
What do you mean? You mean the healer that ran out of mana keeping you alive? Yeah, classic tank move, Swag.
I need mana.
Every week, the Warband delivers the intel you didn't know you needed. From raid wipes and PvP rants to speculation so deep, even Bran Bronzebeard gets lost.
All right, listen. We'll break down the biggest moments in Azeroth.
And probably break a few things along the way.
So tune in, suit up, and get ready for the Warband. Your weekly dose of Warcraft chaos, comedy, and community. Available wherever you heroes get your podcasts.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you again so much for hanging out with us here, tuning into AMR. Cash, we guest spotted our first guest spot. Someone invited us on their podcast.
We did. It was actually a lot of fun. And the way that we found this show, friends, we found the amazing host at Solo Queue. And the way that happened is that one of our friends was listening to Solo Queue, and we were mentioned. And it started up a conversation. It started up just some back and forth with the gentleman over there, and he was fantastically welcoming to us. And so for the past probably a month or so, we've been looking at some different dates and trying to find some time to sit down with him. And we were able to do that last week. If you never listen to Solo Queue, the podcast is actually very good. It's very quaint. It is excellent if you just want to relax your mind. It is a very calming experience to listen to Solo Queue. And it's basically one man's journey through Azeroth as a solo player and the friends that he's making along the way. It's been very interesting to listen to his show and how he plays solo. But now, slowly but surely, and it's 100% because of his demeanor and his kindness and the way he plays, he's starting to make some friends in the game. And his last couple of episodes have been a really neat journey through that experience for him, where he basically highlights a lot of those folks who've made a difference for him in World of Warcraft. So very interesting show to listen to. The time that we were able to spend with him was really special. We just had a quaint discussion about Jibs and I's gaming discussions, our adventures, our journey as both friends and podcasters, and then how we ended up creating content for World of Warcraft. So if you're interested in listening to that, it was a really fun interview. The episode will be out as of today. So check out episode, I believe it's going to be episode number 33 of Solo Queue, and you can find it wherever you download your podcasts.
Yeah, it was an awesome honor to be on the show. First off, just to receive the invite. It was so kind. And he was an amazing host. Amazing host. So fun, so personable. And immediately you knew, like, oh, this guy's one of us. Like, it was just, like just jucking and jiving immediately. Like, we were friends for years. So fun, so welcoming and warming. So be sure to go check out that episode for sure. So on to the big topic. The big topic of the show, and that is housing. Later we'll debut the new segment on the here at AMR. But dude, holy cow. Like, housing dropped, and let's just start at the beginning. I mean, like, first impressions, it was out. Founder's Point is amazing. I mean, the zone is beautiful. Just beautiful. The music, ambient, everything. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, and you have to understand too that we do play Alliance, so we're going to be talking a lot about Founders Point.
Oh yeah, I see how it is. All right. Just hire us for the skill and don't even come visit.
And we're actually just talking about it today, how that we love the housing system so much that we are probably going to pull some Horde characters out of Mothballs just to experience it on that side as well. But I think I liked it from the very start because the way that they did it, and it was almost a little bit of a rush right off the bat, because we got in there the day that they launched 11.2.7 and we wanted to secure our plots. So admittedly, I got a little bit less of an experience of just taking my time by myself. I was in Discord. Everybody was talking. It was just like, oh my gosh, it was a mad rush. But we ended up getting in. As soon as you log in, it gives you a giant screen right in front of your face. It's like, start housing now. And we dove in. We were able to get a little guild neighborhood for us and just started. Everybody was flying around, like where you're passing everybody on your flying mounts as you're trying to do the quests and as you're trying to figure out what plots you want. I thought it was pretty funny because I changed my plot like 3 times before I actually figured out where I wanted to be. And now I'm very happy that I kind of took the time. What I ended up doing was picking a plot, and I went through setting some initial stuff up, doing the initial quest lines, and then I logged out for the night, and I woke up super early the next morning. I was just like, I woke up to pee, and I was like, that's it, I'm done, I'm up. And made a pot of coffee, and I came in. I was sitting down in my office at probably about 4:35 in the morning, and it was quiet. There was nobody else on Discord. I just turned up the music, turned up the ambience, and then I really started looking. I was like, okay, who picked what spots? And I started just like running around. It was like I didn't have a realtor with me, but I didn't need one. It was just so beautiful there. And I finally picked my plot, and I moved it from what my initial one was. And I just started going. And I had happened to be off work that day. So I'm not kidding you when I tell you this. We'll get into the nitty gritty here, but I took probably an hour break when my wife woke up, had some coffee with her. My daughter was off to work, and then the house was mine. Literally, my house was mine. And I did not stop playing until it was dark. That is how engrossing the housing process was for me personally.
Yeah, it definitely is very similar for me. I feel like my work schedule has just been, I've hardly been able to dive in like I want to have that, just full day. And so actually the day after this show is that day for me. So I'm looking forward to that. But, like the time I've had in, and I've had several hours, it's amazing. I mean, Founders Point is just beautiful, And
isn't it bigger than you thought?
It's huge. It's huge, it's huge. And I love the fact that and there's so in this episode, we're definitely going to be talking about some of the things we'd love to see added as far as from a feedback standpoint. And I can tell you right now, I know we're not getting to that point yet, but I love the city that's there in Founders Point. I would love to see that even more active, more NPCs, more, just cause it just feels so alive and everything feels so organic. The area is beautiful. I'll be honest, I'm having a hard time leaving it. It's just so good. It's so calming. It's so peaceful. It really feels like its own game within Warcraft. It feels like a cozy game, and it plays. Early access. Yes, there's some bugs. Yes, I had experienced one today, and it's just kind of part of it, in early access. But I'm just at early access, this is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, and as for Founders Point itself, and I'm sure it's the same thing in the Horde's
Razorwind, I believe.
Razorwind, yeah. I'm sure it's the same there, but the NPCs really do bring town to life. And I thought they kind of just stayed there, but they don't. There's a cart that takes you all around on the cart path. You can, and if you just want to chill, you don't have to fly everywhere. If you go to town, you can just chill, and you can wait for that cart to pass in front of your house, hop on the back, and it'll run you into town. And you can kind of just look around and take your time and look at what other people are building. Look at the plots that are still available.
That's so cool.
There's different biomes within Founders Point.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very dreary, duskwoody feel.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our buddies ended up grabbing, there is an actual plot right in the middle of the cemetery. It's in the middle, like you're surrounded by tombstones and mausoleums, and it is a very dark feel. And the first plot I picked was up on the hill just above the cemetery, so it still had that duskwood feel.
Yeah,
and I liked it, but being a druid and supernaturey, I didn't want that all the time.
Yeah.
So that was the first house switch that I ended up making. But getting back to the town, some of the NPCs will actually wander. And a funny thing had happened yesterday. I was in the throes of decorating. I was finishing up the outside. Actually, I'm not quite finished, but I'm out of slots. So there's that. I hit the cap on my home exterior pretty quick. But I was out there just finishing some stuff up, putting some stonework in and such. And an NPC was standing right outside of my house, and she had a scroll opened, and she's like staring at the scroll, looking up at my house, staring at the scroll. And I'm like, that's like a city inspector. Like she's looking at my stuff, and I'm like, go away.
Oh, I love it.
I know I might be doing some things that others aren't doing. I know it looks a little overgrown, but I'm a druid. Go away. It was the funniest thing. I took the funniest screenshot of her just like totally cairning my house. It was hilarious. So she was either a city inspector or she was from some homeowners association that I had no idea about even exists in our neighborhood. But the point is that the NPCs that are walking around make the world feel alive. And I was walking through town, just another example, and there's a female Pandaren, Pandaren. She walks by and she waves at me.
Yeah.
Like this. She literally stopped
Yeah.
and waved at me. And I was like looking behind me like, you talking to me? What the hell's going on? But she was. And it was just so cool. The little things that they've added in just makes that space feel so much more personal. To you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And we're going to talk vendors and some of the things out in the world here in just a little bit. But let's start here. So we've had a few days into it. What do you feel makes WoW housing different? So like compare it to Final Fantasy or things that you and I both really had our teeth into, like ESO and WildStar. And shoot, it was an Ashes of Creation. But, like, the bare bones of it, I wouldn't really call that a housing system we experienced yet. But so, I mean, but the games that we have experienced, how does WoW housing feel different to you?
Well, the only one on that short list you just mentioned was Final Fantasy 14. I have not done the housing in Final Fantasy 14. I just dabbled in that game. ESO and WildStar, different story. Got very, very involved in both of those. And the other one that I want to put on this list is Star Wars Galaxies from way back in the day. And it might not even be fair to compare them, but it's still a housing system. And at the time, Star Wars Galaxies was a really good housing system. It was super fun. If I had to make comparisons, I don't believe that there is a comparison at this point to the other ones. And we've definitely talked up both ESO and WildStar's housing in the past, which are both fantastic in their own right. But when you look at the things that World of Warcraft has added to this housing system, neighborhoods, endeavors, and tied the entire world and your achievements to the things that have become available to you, reputations, all of those things make the system much, much deeper. The crafting, being able to craft housing items is a staple in a lot of different games. But the way that World of Warcraft is doing it and the way that they're kind of slated to expand that system, I think puts it in a league of its own. This is the bare bones of World of Warcraft housing. It really is. So to watch what it's going to turn into, I think it's going to be a lot more evident how far and above a lot of these other games WoW's housing system is.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact that, you hit the nail on the head too, with it being that this is the bare bones. Like what it's at right now is the bare bones. Think about it this way. This will be the smallest version of housing we'll ever see. This isn't the right verbiage, but just follow me here. This is the worst we'll ever see housing. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. It's so good. And one thing that I think Warcraft has done such an amazing job with housing and separating itself from other games is how everything is unified. Everything is unified together. The neighborhoods, the way that feels, it feels like a communal experience. You talked about how they've incorporated the world into housing itself with your achievements. The vendors that are out there that we're still trying to find, which by the way, there's a add-on for called Decor Vendor. So there's that one. But you've also got the professions that are tied in. It really is. It feels like it's all connected. And it just feels really good. Really good.
So then one of the other things that we noticed is once we did get out of town, which I wasn't planning on doing until I realized that there were some things that I needed to finish up and wanted to finish up to get certain items. So in order to do that, I had to go back and embarrassingly finish up my class hall that I didn't realize I hadn't fully expanded my druid class hall, given it all the upgrades that it could have gotten back in Legion.
Yeah.
And I never did that. Oops. So I had to go back and do that in order to have access to some of the items that I wanted to see. We basically left town to go and go to a bunch of the quartermasters and see the things that we were able to get from vendors outside of Founders Point.
Yeah.
And when we did that, a very interesting thing that we noticed, Jibs, is in many of those old zones that we went to, they were packed with people.
Yes. And that's one of the most beautiful things that housing has done on its own. This is excluding what's about to happen with Cloth the Lost and everything in Midnight. It's putting people in the world. I'm seeing people. Where was it? I was at Stormsong Valley today, and people are there. I was in Duskwood, way over. Oh, by the massive cemetery where the Worgen are kind of hanging out. People are there. On our server, you may see RPers there, but outside of that, no one's normally there. But people are out. People are everywhere, and the world feels alive. It's amazing.
Yeah, people are everywhere. Now, I have been back and forth to Dornegal. There's still a ton of people in Dornegal, at least on our server there is.
Yeah.
But I was very impressed that organically Blizzard has come up with a way to get people out and about. And who knows how long it's going to last, right? This is the pre-access to housing. A lot of people bought Midnight, so the people that already pre-purchased Midnight are able to be out there and doing these things. So maybe right now it's busy, but still it is for collectors, for people that have certain items that they've spied and they want to go get. There's ways to find out how to get those things, and the people are out in the world earning those things to get them. And it was a very neat feeling to be able to see the people out and about in areas they haven't been in forever, trying to get those things. When I went to my class hall as a druid, there were so many people there. It was like, wow. But then you look at some of the items that you can get and it's gorgeous, like really neat looking stuff that you can get. So if you haven't done that yet, if you're already in and you're playing with housing and you have not gone to your class hall, go to your class hall because there's some really neat stuff there. And the joy of it is, particularly with Legion, if you say you're down on resource, that's another thing too. War resources is what you need in order to purchase those things. If you're short on it, just go out and do some world quests. You're going to one-shot everything. And it makes those things go by really, really quickly. So it seemed a little daunting what I had to do yesterday, but I was only stuck under like a 24-hour time gate for adding that last skill that I needed to level up my class hall all the way. And then I needed some war resources and I went out and I farmed them in probably half an hour, but it still got me back into Legion. Not as if I already didn't do Legion like 2 weeks ago, but I went back out there and did it, and it happened very quickly. So yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing that they've brought people out back into the world, and it's been a great experience over the last few days.
Have you had any surprises when it comes to vendors out in the world? Like things that are like maybe just surprised you didn't see coming?
I wouldn't say surprises. I think the vendors that I have gone to, I've only gone to probably 5 or 6 different vendors that were outside of Founders Point. I wouldn't say I was like overly surprised at any of the things that they had. What I was surprised with is all of the items that I already had access to because of how long I've been playing the game.
Yeah.
And so here's an innate issue. And I don't know if you ran into this as well. I had a lot of stuff that was already open to me, but there was only one of them, just one. So there's really no way to tell. I think you got to research it. If you want a second or third or fourth of that same item for your home, you got to research it and figure out where it came from. There's just a bunch of random, like there's a little crystal in there. And I was like, okay, well, that looks like it's probably from Legion. But you got to look those items up and find out where those housing items come from.
Yeah.
Because they give you a certain amount of stuff, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I could see that being, I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, that is true. Because whenever I mouse over, it doesn't actually tell you in a tooltip where it's coming from, does it? Huh. Maybe that's something worth adding.
Okay, let's move on here a little bit. One of the things that I want to talk about is I want to see, I think the people could probably already guess where we're going to go with this, but since there's only 2 aesthetics right now, basically the classic Horde aesthetic and classic Alliance aesthetic. You got Orgrimmar and Elwyn pretty much. Even though there's different biomes in each of the zones, what other zones would you like to see added in the future?
Borealis.
Weird. Super weird.
Weird. That was a hard one. On anything called Tiras, let's see, what else? Gosh, that's a great question. I would also love to see things from Wrath of the Lich King. Definitely Wrath, particularly when it comes to the winter and snow things. Like that's part of the big draw of Wrath. I think for a lot of people is that snowy vibe.
So like an Ice Crown Citadel fortressy type apartment building.
Oh yeah. And that was basically at the time, from Lord of the Rings, Mordor, right? All that architecture was brought right into Wrath. To have that, oh, yeah. I mean, look, that's not going to be my house style just because it doesn't fit my culture, but hey, it's cool as crap to be able to have that.
One does not simply walk into the Ice Crown Citadel.
This is correct. This is correct.
Yeah. So here's a wall of crazy idea. How about Nagrand? But your house is on a floating rock.
Okay. Yeah, I'm game. Yeah, I'm 100% game for that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Nagrand was a gorgeous area. And I think for me, when you're looking at aesthetics, the only one that I think took the pie from Nagrand for me was Stormsong Valley.
Oh man. Yeah. So good. It's so good. Oh yeah, man, that's where my character had his quote unquote house before housing came out, was Stormsong Valley. I love that area. It's beautiful. It's so serene. You know that's so funny you say that. Is not the vibe from Stormsong Valley, the music in the area, does that not kind of translate into Founder's Point?
It does 100%. Yeah, because it's a valley that leads to the ocean. Whereas Founder's Point is, it's like, I wouldn't say a cliff face, but it's almost like rolling hills that come down from the mountains that roll right into the sea.
Yeah.
And depending on, you can get a different feel. That's how impressed that I was so impressed with the way that they made each one of the little biomes in Founder's Point feel. And I'm sure it's the same in Razorwind, but they made it feel like if you want to be at the foothills, like at the base of the mountain, you can do that. And if you look off in the distance, you can see the sea. Or if you want to be in the flatlands, you could be at the bottom of that valley and you're closer to town. It's flat. There's forest land. You can't really see the ocean. Or you want to be in a duskwoody area. It's there and you can't see anything else because there's like fog and mist there. Or if you're a pirate at heart and you want to be by the sea, you can have like from corner to corner, beautiful, beautiful views of the ocean. So they just did such a good job at picking a bunch of different flavors and tastes and just letting you choose where you want to be.
It's so well thought out. And it's just like, I was thinking last night, I'm like, man, there was a time, I think it was Ian. I think I remember Ian saying they just didn't have the tech to do housing. The tech wouldn't be able to achieve housing. And Ian, if that was not you, but fast forward all these years later, if they were able to achieve that thing that they originally thought was impossible, they originally thought they couldn't do, like, what else is on the horizon for Warcraft? They went deep into their system and were able to make hands down the best next generation of MMOs at this point, housing in an MMO, in Warcraft. And it's beautiful. I mean, like, there is no MMO that comes out now that does not refer to World of Warcraft's housing system. It's beautiful. It's a staple.
Agreed. I wanted to talk customization a little bit.
Okay.
I want to see your initial thoughts on like how you've laid out your house, how your room expansions are, how your outdoor spaces are, and how the differences in the systems are. How intuitive do you feel that system is for a new player getting into the housing system as a new experience?
So it's a new system, right? So no matter what, it's going to have a little bit of a learning curve. There are some things I would love from a new player, like a casual player standpoint, I would love to see added, to be honest with you. One of those things that would make it great for customization is being able to quote unquote copy the style of an asset that I've created. I've adjusted the size for, I have it, a certain maybe angle. I would love to be able to copy and paste that thing. If for those of you who are Photoshop nerds like I am, you're copying the layer style. It's pretty much what you're doing. So whatever I've done, I can just copy it and paste it. And if I have that same asset in my furnishings, if I still have that same furnishing, an extra of it, to do that thing would be great. But I do feel it's very intuitive. I really love how it feels. I'm admittedly still getting very used to it. So to me, I feel it's more of me. I don't feel it's a system. I feel it's more of me. I feel kind of clunky with it just because I'm not, fully gelling with it. Like I can sit and remember all my keybinds and everything if I'm editing a podcast episode, just because I've done it for years and years and years. But just days in, I'm feeling a little clunky, So
yeah, you can. I've watched you edit, dude. You are a master.
But so I feel myself, I have room to improve on that thing, but I do like it. I do. What do you think of the tools?
I'm about in the same place that you are. I had 8 hours with it on my day off. Like I was just completely locked in. So by the evening time, as our friends were coming into Discord and we were all, talking, and everybody was in their house starting to design stuff, I was able to help them out with stuff. So I figured out the system for the most part to where it's a little bit feels a little less clunky.
Yeah.
Which was good. I was happy about that. There definitely is some room for improvement, I believe. I think that, and you know what, that improvement, let me say this as a caveat, that improvement might just be getting used to how deep the system is, because there are a lot of things that you can do. And the way that the UI works is you have to have certain things clicked in certain windows and you'll get more options. Like, for instance, a couple of our friends were like, dude, how did you get your roof that color? And I was like, oh, you just go here and you have to be on this screen. And once you're on this screen, look on the right. And there's options right there. Like, oh my God, I never saw those. Like, yep. And now everybody's like, changing their rooftop colors and all that stuff. And it's the same thing inside. You can change your wall color, your wall texture, your headers, your windows. Like, you can change all of that stuff. So one of the biggest issues that I had, and it's right along the same length or lines as what you were talking about. If I make a post for something and I need 4 more of those same posts, I would like to have the ability to save it as a template, especially if you're making a fence or something like that. It'd be really nice to be able to save that, because as of right now, I don't believe that ability's there. And what I have to do is, when I size everything, I got to size it and remember the number that I chose on the sizing scale. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
this one was 46. And then when I go to the next one, then I can go to the slider real quick and make it 46. So I know it's exactly the same size. But to be able to template, cut and paste, like you're saying, would be great. And one of the other things too is, I know we talked about it, but it would be really nice to be able to know where your lot lines are.
Yeah. Oh, what? Yes. So much. Yes. Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah. I had a problem when I was putting my pavers in on my exterior, and I would get right up to where that imaginary line was, and it would kick it back. And I was like, I just sized the thing perfectly.
Yeah.
It would just kick it back.
Yeah.
So yeah, little things like that. What are your thoughts on the progression system? So the actual interface for housing, when you go into it and you see your progression and the ways that you can level up your house, how do you feel about that?
I think come release of Midnight, it's going to be fantastic. Right now, we don't have endeavors, right? So that's not a thing. So it does feel a little slow going right now, admittedly. I still have a tier 2 house and I've done all the quests I can do. And so for me, I'm doing a quest in the zone every day, the riddle quest. Oh, dude, the riddle? Where you talk to that guy, he gives you a quest, solve the riddle, you get a furnishing? Oh, hello? Yes, that's amazing.
Yep.
And
all day, every day, I'll do those.
Oh, and it's different for everybody. We discovered that just minutes ago, right? I had a completely different riddle than you did today. So it's, which one did you have?
Today I had the one on the coastline that was near the shipwrecks. I'm a human. I can actually talk, but yeah, shipwrecks.
See, no, I had one that was near a watchtower today. Completely different. And so it's just I love that that's there. I don't even remember what we were talking about now, but I just it's good. It's good.
The interface. And how you level up.
How you level up. Yes, thank you. So I do feel it's a little slow going for me, but admittedly, I'm cool with it because I'm kind of stuck on level 2 right now. I think partially it's because I didn't have as many. I'm wondering if that's maybe I didn't have as many achievements already done, so I didn't get those unique furnishing XPs. Maybe at the beginning, maybe as much as you did, because I know you're level 3. But I'm 3/4 of the way through 2, and so I'm just kind of working through quests. And so honestly, I can't wait for endeavors, not because of the whole leveling process, but because of what it will do for housing just in general. So, but overall though, honestly, I do like the progression. I really look forward to seeing what it's like come official release, because I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be even better. And this is one of those tracks, I'll be the first to tell you, really be the first to tell you. There's only ever been one other time in this game where I wanted something that I wanted to really make sure I was pushing that reward track. And that was the candle shoulders from the War Within kobolds. You know, I wanted those so bad for my pirate cultiran, so I finally got them.
You know, take candy.
Wow, that's so good.
I had to.
That was good. That's it. But like with housing, like this is easily become my end game. And now I'm like, yes, I can't wait to see what every level is. I can't wait to progress through these things. It's good. It's good. It's bare bones, but it's good.
That's not trash. It's treasure.
That one always makes me laugh.
I had to, sorry. Okay, so for leveling, for getting your housing leveling, the things that I noticed that you get your housing leveling by is one, doing those quests.
Mm-hmm.
That helps. But the other one, and there's actually achievements tied to it, is picking up new furnishings. And you get more experience if you pick up like the green furnishings, even more experience if you're picking up blue furnishings, stuff like that. That has to be the only difference, because I've done the daily quest just like you have for the daily treasure hunt. The only other thing that I've done is buy a crap ton of items from different vendors.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to stock it up. And when I say a crap ton, like maybe 400 or 500 things I've bought, and it allows you 5,000 things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already like having to scroll through pages and pages and pages and pages of items that I've bought. So I can't even imagine, like, you're going to be using that search function a lot.
Yeah.
As you start to fill out your housing inventory. So be ready for that. And the search button actually works pretty decently. I do agree with you. I like the system. I'm really looking forward to the endeavors to see how that works with working cooperatively with your friends. And another thing that I think we've mentioned on the show is that you might not get the same endeavor quests that another community is getting. So if there's another event going on in another community, you can use the currency that you earn in your hometown and spend it in another.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat.
That's
like,
awesome.
I like the way they did that. It's kind of it's going to always keep you thinking. Everything's always different. And it makes you get out there and look at other people's stuff. And you're like, oh my gosh, they have the Dark Moon Endeavor going on this week. And I want, this piece and this piece.
Right.
So you can go spend your stuff over there.
Yep.
Which is pretty darn cool. So, okay, let's talk a little bit. There's some things right now that are really pointing toward the progression of the housing system. One of those being like, okay, you can put a weapon rack on your wall, but there's no weapons that you can display on the wall. I noticed that right off the bat. So I don't recall, because I think this is going to be more tied to crafters, where crafters will have the ability to craft something like that for you. So say you have a crafter that can make you, an over-under shotgun that you want to put up there. What are your thoughts on how they've separated those things out? Like, probably the biggest one is the die system for alchemists, which is right in town. Like, it's probably I think it's the only crafting.
Yeah, it is.
That's right in town for now.
Right.
And I would assume that would grow.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that system where certain items are tied only to players?
Oh, I love it. Honestly, I think that there should be exclusive resources that come from housing in general, like taking that the next step, so that way it feeds into the market. Like, I'll be the first to tell you, I want to be a farmer, and I'm going to answer your question. I know this is kind of not, but I'm going to. I want to be a farmer at my house. I want to grow crops. But you're like, well, doesn't that take away from herbalism? Isn't this the garrison all over again? No, because I want that to be an exclusive resource that only comes from the housing system. So it incentivizes people to grow it and put it on the market. And it's not affecting anything out in the world from an herbalism standpoint. I want to do that thing. I want there to be more professions definitely wrapped up into this. 100%. 100%. Because it's adding, oh my gosh, they have reached an audience of people that I don't know that I fully realized were either in Warcraft or like were wanting to step into Warcraft with the way that this system plays. because any new person who comes in now can go and do the brand new tutorial, which I need to do. I'm going to make a horde character and go do that thing probably. So you can do that tutorial and jump right into housing from there. You don't even have to go into, continue on yet into Dragonflight. You can go right into housing. So like people right off the get-go can jump into this system. So, this is definitely a staple system, and it's something that they've said themselves that they're dedicating themselves to. So I would love, absolutely, just rope it all together. They're doing such a, it's like 100 out of 10. They have crushed it from the beginning of the unification of so many systems, the world. And yes, this is the honeymoon stage. Yes, there probably will be people may subside being out in the world as much once their houses are done and they feel like, okay, it's in a good spot. But like for me speaking, I don't ever want to stop. Like this is, I really want to see this just keep pushing. They have hit like Sims level with this stuff. Like this was me in 1999 and 2000 playing The Sims, just designing homes for hours. What a nerd. I would go to Lowe's and buy the housing books because I wanted to be an architect when I was younger and design the homes in Sims. I am totally going to do something like that here. I'm totally going to go out into the world of Warcraft and be like, ooh, I want to try to remake that house. They have hit such a home run. So yes, roping this in with professions, really diving into what that could look like from a resource standpoint, from a recipe standpoint, just grow, baby, grow. Yeah, it's good.
So what you're saying is that through one system, they've devised a way to revamp old content and get people back out into the world. And here's the number 2 bullet point that you were saying is that they have got people back into doing professions. Are you saying that, oh my gosh, are you saying that professions are viable again?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's crazy is not just the profession itself, like for the latest expansion. Go back in the previous expansions. I didn't even realize this till today. It's a no-brainer. It makes sense, but I just hadn't thought of it yet. For something I want to craft as an inscriptionist, I need to have Kultiran inscription to make the furnishing for that thing from the Battle for Azeroth expansion. Makes total sense. And I'm like, I now want to 100% inscription. Like, I'm just like, this is so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I think that for a long time, I think crafters have felt like until you reach the very top levels of crafting, you're not doing anybody any good. Unless you're making stuff for yourself or, just doing it to do it for the achievements. It feels like a lot of the crafting system has gone by the wayside a little bit. And a lot of people just don't do it anymore because they feel there's no value there. But this does add a whole other dimension of value to crafters getting back out and finishing those things off.
Yeah.
Because there's so much stuff that can be made and sold, like weapons for your weapon racks. And I honestly, 100%, do not even know if there's weapons that can go on my racks yet. Maybe in the future they will be, but man, I would love nothing more than for my druid to have like a rack with like 2 or 3 different staves on there that I could display. So my whole point there is just to say that there's going to be things that you're going to put into your house that you can't quite finish yet because the system is going to continue to evolve. Okay. So you and I have dived into understanding and knowing where a lot of these items that you kind of bird dog and you're like, oh, I want that one. I want that one. Well, then let's go get them. So we've started doing that a little bit. And
yeah, we did.
Kudos to you. Tell the story of what we did last night, because that was really a lot of fun, and it got me out of the house. I got to take off my villager's outfit and put on my adventuring garb again, and I got out of the house for a little while, but it was pretty fun. What did we do?
So what you didn't know was a week prior, about a week and a half prior, I'd spent about 45 minutes doing a role play walkthrough of the dungeon from Drustvar, the manor. I For some reason, the name's slipping my mind at the moment. But Manor Crest.
You talking Ravencrest?
Raven? No, that's not either. Dagnabbit. Anyway, it's
Waycrest.
Waycrest. Thank you. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So I spent 45 minutes just walking through, role playing through this dungeon. We got to this portion where that fireplace is, the massive fireplace that has the squid tentacles and everything. And I just thought to myself, man, I hope that's available in housing.
Want that?
I want that moment. So fast forward, we find out the Shrine of the Storm will drop that fireplace. And anyway, we all ran it. We went through Shrine of the Storm. We got everyone together. We go, you, myself, and our good friend Weevil. We're in there, and it drops. And you jokers refused to roll on it. I wish you would have, but you gave it to me, and it was super kind of you. It's the only furnishing and a chair I have in my house. Inside of my house right now.
What have you been doing, man?
I have been out in the world getting stuff. I'll be honest. Oh, it'd be a side tangent. I could go on and on about housing. But yeah, so we did that. And then from there, we went to Dead Mines. And you got off the Van Cleef on the last boss. What'd you get?
I got Van Cleef's chest.
Yep. Was it Stormwind Locker?
Yeah, Stormwind Locker. Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah. There's other things I'm wanting to do. I was making a list of dungeons I need, to run. And that's something we're actually going to be talking about in our next segment. But yeah, dude, we got out in the world and it just felt so good, man. This is what you want. You want a MMO that's alive and people are out and they're doing stuff. Housing has single-handedly facilitated that entire circular event. At your house, you realize you need something, you go out into the world, you keep trying to achieve that thing. Oh, you got it. Now you're coming back full circle. Now you're back at your house, putting that thing out. You're doing those things, and it's just circular, on repeat. It's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. The way that they have implemented the ability for you to get the things that you want, identify what you want, this is what you have to do to get it, go to work. And then you go and you start doing those things.
Yep.
So we've talked about professions, getting achievements and items through professions. We've talked about dungeons. I would imagine those things are going to scale. The higher, maybe the higher dungeon difficulty, the better drop chance you get and such, which would be great. World events. There's going to be stuff out there that you'll be able to get in world events. The one that I want to know about and learn about, hopefully it's in the game. I'm sure it probably is. Remember those secret finds that we talked about last week?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Talk about a want for this system, and I would love for there to be very special items that are out there that you're really going to have to work for and uncover.
Yes.
The route to get those items.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
The underground of Warcraft.
Dude, all in. I'm all in. I've never wanted to have so many alts in my life. I want to make everything that's in my house or buy it from a vendor. I don't want to buy it from, I want to craft it all, do everything. And this is, yes, to go out and dig those things up, to find those secrets, to see, what's new or what's hidden and what, yeah, 100%.
Okay. I know we have another segment that we definitely want to get to, and we are just spewing at the mouth about this. So we're going to have to rate it. I think it's probably quite obvious where we're both going to land, but...
How many Murlocs out of 10?
Yep, let's do Murlocs on this one. How many Murlocs out of 10? 1 being just a little tiny Murloc and 10 being the most amount of Murlocs you've ever seen in your life. How would you rate the housing system early access?
Oh my gosh, it is 50 out of 10. 50 out of 10. It's 10 out of 10. Easy. Easy. It is so good. It has done so many things already in one fell swoop. And the least version we will ever see, and that's not even the right verbiage. The most basic version we'll ever see housing is right now. And it's amazing. It is amazing. They've knocked it out of the park. Yes, there's some things we'd love to see added, just from a design standpoint that would really improve housing. But yes, it's a win. They grand slammed this thing, man.
They did. I'm normally a very difficult grader. And like nobody gets an A, right? Because there's always room for improvement. And there certainly is room for improvement here. But I don't think it's out of what they've designed. I think they designed it purposefully to give us an incredible experience right at the outset, to hook people into an entire dimension of your game. Yes, there are some bugs, but that's completely understandable, and those things will be worked out. So I'm grading this 100% on how I feel as I experience the housing system in World of Warcraft. It's 10 Murlocs. Hands down, it's 10 Murlocs for me. I'll just leave it right there because I don't normally give that score, but it's a 10.
It's so good. Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many more things that we're going to talk about. Next episode, I know I definitely want to talk more about vendors because that is a very fun thing, a very cool thing, especially some things in Stormwind. If you haven't been there, you need to go. But anyway, folks, we're going to debut a brand new staple segment. And guess what? It's housing related. So let's go to Tool Time, Azeroth edition.
Work.
All right, folks. Well, if you were fans of home improvement like we were in the 90s, well, at least I know I was. Were you? I loved it. I mean, I watched it. I still have season 1 on DVD.
I saw some. I've never been a real big sitcom guy, but
yeah.
But I like Tim the Tool Man.
Oh man,
is that him?
Yeah,
did I get it right?
Yeah,
okay.
You got it. Yeah, now Borland. Anyway, this is totally 100%. A Tool Time Azeroth edition for you folks. And so what we're going to be doing here, and this will be a mainstay on the show. Now, it may not be in every episode because we'll, of course, we're switching some things up, but it is definitely a mainstay and things that it will come back. And so this new segment, AMR, is totally about tips, tricks, and fun findings for World of Warcraft's housing system, especially when you have a show like ours that's really geared towards the casual player and people in Warcraft as a whole. Folks, if you ever have a tip or a trick or something that's fun that you have found about housing, send it to us. We'll bring it right here into the segment. And so today on Tool Time, we are talking the classic dungeons you can farm right now and what you can get each for your house. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, you can go to your dungeon journal in game and you can see everything that's there. And also, I want to preface this by saying this, folks, it's classic dungeons, okay? So there's people I know that struggle even doing transmog runs. Folks, you are going to be as safe can be. You are going to fart in the general direction of a mob and they will die. So you are just fine. So don't you worry about the difficulty.
Unless there's mechanics that are in there just as we had on Mechagon Island.
Oh, Mechagon. Yeah, so Mechagon, that was BFA. That was something else. Yeah, so we bugged out Mechagon and then we bugged it out so many times and it's because we were doing too much DPS. That's the thing about doing classic dungeons, folks. Basic attack on bosses is a good thing to do, at least starting off for a few seconds. Otherwise, you're going to bug out the boss.
Yeah, I moonfired him too hard. Just one. The boss was like, blammo! And all of a sudden, we're stuck in this dungeon. It's a great story for another show.
Yeah, but so anyway, there's 3 dungeons we want to highlight for you folks. Some things that you can get. Now, Dead Mines. Cash already said it. The very last boss, Van Cleef. What's her first name?
Vanessa.
Vanessa, thank you. I always think of Edwin, just because it's Van Cleef.
That's her papa.
It's Papa. That's right.
That was her papa. He was from the Stonemasons Guild, and they wanted to get paid, and Stormwind was like, no, thanks for the work, but bugger off. We're not paying you nothing. So they unionized, and then they went dark, and they became the Defias Brotherhood. There's your little injection of lore, whether you liked it or not. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
So yeah, you can get the Stormwind Footlocker there and Shadowfang Keep, which is another great dungeon to run. If you are a Worgen, especially if you're looking to make that Worgen style home, this is definitely going to be up your alley. You can acquire the Gilnean Circular Rug. Did you see the Gilnean Problem Solver furnishing?
No, I did not.
You need to look that up. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but it involves the loss of limbs. Gilnean
Oh, boy.
problem solver. Look that
That
one.
sounds quite Gilnean.
I just love that it's named problem solver. It's so dark. It's so
I'm
funny.
looking it up right now.
Look it up right now.
Okay.
Tell them what you find. Now we're doing it live.
Gilnean problem solver. Wow. That is 100% a guillotine.
The problem solver.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
Well done, Blizz.
it's so good. Oh gosh, this whole system's so good. And then Blackrock Depths. This is another one. So, and you kind of no, it's the raid that you do that where you kill the king there. But anyway, you can get the Dark Iron Chandelier. So if you're a Dark Iron Dwarf and you're like, I need this, go and run these things because it's fun to get out in the world. It's fun to, to enjoy these dungeons. And the first question is like, can a casual person do this? Yes, you can. So easily. Because again, your character's power level is so far above and beyond what these poor NPCs can handle. You will kill them.
I mean, if they're 80. Right?
If you're 80, yes.
If you're max
If
level,
you're max
we
level.
kind of got to preface it with that.
You're right,
Like if
you're right.
if you're level 15, please don't go into Blackrock Depths looking for a chandelier. It might become an issue for you.
It's
But,
true.
yeah.
That is true. And that's a good point because I know oftentimes, even in the RP world, a lot of people won't actually level the characters. They'll just make their character and get straight to our roleplay, right? Because ability doesn't necessarily matter. So, but yes. So whenever we talk about stuff like this, definitely having a max character helps. Even if you're, because I believe it's up to level 30 in the classic zones. Unless you're doing like a Dragonflight time with Chromie, you're doing the what is that called? Not time walking. You can go back in time, basically change your phase, and it will bring classic all the way up to level 60. So if you're just going out in the world on its own, it's up to level 30. So be well over level 30, and you'll be able to,
A really good way to find that out about what zone you're in and what level is go into town or if you can spy an elite, look at the level of the elite, and as long as it's not a double question mark to you, then it will usually, if you're within the level range, it will tell you what the max level of NPCs are and enemies are in that area. So if it's a double question mark to you, you're going to want to stay away from it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty common knowledge, but yeah, you're going to want to stay away from it if it is. But just look at those elites and it will generally tell you what the top level of the zone is.
Yeah, definitely. And really when it comes down to doing these things, like, yes, that you found, the level of difficulty now, but really the hardest part, truthfully, if there is a mechanic that is basically hard-lined in, so like it forces you to do that mechanic, if you die to that thing, don't let it discourage you. Go to YouTube, look up maybe a guide on how to fight it, or read the dungeon journal, and you'll be able to get that thing in no time. Really, it's just as simple as that. It may take you a couple tries, but don't let that discourage you. You should absolutely do this thing and make the most of this for yourself, for the housing system.
Yeah, we talk a lot about taking World of Warcraft in chunks. In short amount of chunks, the time that you have. And if you're looking for something to do in a half an hour, 45 minutes or an hour, then running old content for housing items is 100% in that category and can very easily be done. Now, just like what Jib's saying, don't get too caught up on mechanics and just understand that there might be some bosses out there. If you kill them too fast, you'll bug them out. So if you end up getting stuck, give it another go and try giving it another go, just working a little bit slower with just like a basic attack as opposed to, a fully charged chaos bolt into this, into this level 30 elite's mouth. And that way you don't bug out the role play that takes place. They all the bosses monologue for a little while and they talk crap to you. Well, there's a lot of times you're going to one-shot them so fast that they're going to be face down in the arena and they're still talking crap to you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've all experienced that when you one-shot stuff before. They're like, for the cause, and they're face down in the dirt. Like, dude, it's over for you.
So before we wrap up this very first, version of this, and we want to hear from you too, like things you'd like for us to cover, or maybe like housing tips. I'm working through a design idea right now on my home on the outside of making those, what are they called, where you put flowers in and they hang off the windows on the outside?
Arboretum?
Is that what it's called?
Oh, no. You're talking, that's just because that's where my mind's at, because as soon as we log out, I'm going to go start working on my Arboretum. Flower boxes.
Flower boxes. I'm trying to design flower boxes from just...
I can show you how to do it. I have one on my house. Oh, it's so exciting.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Holy crap, I'm so excited because I've been... Oh, man. Okay. All right. So yes, we're going to tell you tips and tricks of things we're doing to make things from items itself. I'm so excited.
Sorry, folks.
Oh, this is my end
We just had a squee right there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. But so if you're wanting to get into doing this thing, and again, start from classic. It's fun. Plan out what you want to do, and you can achieve that 100% by opening your dungeon journal within the game itself. You pick your classic, or you pick your expansion. So in this case, classic. Pick your dungeon, and if there is something that your character can get, it'll be at the very bottom, and it'll be for like bonus loot. So that'll be something that, and it'll tell you who drops that item. So make use of that dungeon journal. It is a godsend. I don't think we probably use it enough. It's fantastic.
And if you can't find it when you open those tabs up, remember there's 4 additional tabs on the right side of that window. And you have to go to, is it bosses?
It's dungeons, and then your expansion, and then it will actually, you don't even have to go that deep. Like once you open up the dungeon itself, it'll show you the loot for the entire dungeon.
Oh, perfect.
So then you just scroll to the very bottom. Yeah. So folks, this was the first rendition of this. We're going to expand this out over time. Let us know if you liked it, if you want to see more of it. Folks, we're going to wrap up the show right after this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to another episode of The Murloc Next Door, proudly brought to you by Azeroth Morning Radio, where even your neighbors might come from the deep.
Hello, Murglath. It's Karen, president of the Homeowners Association. Again? Don't you take that tone with me. I'm here about your violations. Let's see here. Number 1, no unauthorized water features. That tidal splash zone you keep creating, it soaked my begonias. Number 2, noise ordinance. Those sounds you call singing, they shook my kitchen window. And number 3, absolutely no storing of live fish in the mailbox. That rule exists for a reason, Murglath. Oh, don't you play dumb with me. That's it. I've had enough. You want to violate HOA rules? I'll show you violations.
Some of you may be wondering, what was the Murloc actually saying? For your convenience, here's the translated version.
Hello, Murglath. It's Karen.
Oh, lovely to see you, Karen. How can I assist you on this fine morning?
I'm here about your violations.
Of course. Feel free to list them. I'm eager to cooperate.
Number 1, unauthorized water features.
Oh dear, was that my splash zone again? Terribly sorry. I'll keep it well contained. Your begonias deserve nothing but dignity.
Number 2, noise ordinance.
Oh, my singing. Apologies. I've been practicing opera. I do hope you'll allow me to serenade the neighborhood quieter in the future.
And number 3, the live fish.
Ah, yes. I found them wandering and didn't want them to dry out. Your mailbox seemed ever so cozy.
That's it.
Karen, please. Karen, violence is hardly necessary. Oh dear. Would you mind not hitting me with that lawn flamingo? Goodness me. And that's been The Murloc Next Door. Remember, housing in Azeroth may be new, but bad neighbors are eternal. Brought to you by Azeroth Morning Radio, where even the HOA is a raid boss.
right, everybody. Thank you again so much for hanging out with us here on episode 11. We hope you enjoyed it. Let us know how we're doing, folks. If you enjoyed your time here, please leave us a review, whatever podcast app of choice that you use. It really helps the show. And honestly, this is where we really depend on you. This is how we grow. And if you like this, share this in your Discord server, share it on social media, tell a friend. It really does help spread the word about Azeroth Morning Radio. You can always visit our website at azerothmorningradio.com. Full episode transcripts are there for those who need or want them. We want the show to be as accessible as possible to all people. And so we keep those there for you. You can learn more about AMR, and of course, you can get in contact with us directly there on the contact page. Cash.
Friends, this show is 100% about the community, about the things that you're doing out there and the relationships that you're making with others, whether you're playing solo or you're playing with a big group of people. We do want to hear with you. We want to keep in touch with you. So we have several ways to do so. You can email us at azerothmorningradio@gmail.com. You can hit us on Facebook at facebook.com/azerothmorningradio. We also have our episodes in video format on YouTube at youtube.com/Azeroth Morning Radio. Another thing that we'd like to do that we haven't done before is throw our Twitters out there. We don't have a Twitter for the show, but we have our own Twitters, both myself and Jibs.
Yeah.
You can find Jibs at JibsIRL, that's 2 B's. And you can find myself at Cash Quests, and the Cash is with a K. So get in touch with us. Heroes Call Board will be coming back. This one we were jam-packed with a mouthful of housing that we wanted to talk about for this episode. So if you see a lot of our segments rotating, it's because we're trying to keep things fresh and new for you. And when we need to, cover the topics that are the hottest in more detail for you, so you're getting what you need to play your game.
That's right, folks. We love you so much. Thank you again for tuning in and hanging out with us here today. We hope you have a wonderful week in gaming, and man, we can't wait to see you next week right here on AMR. Take care, everybody.
And if you get stuck in Founder's Point, get outside, touch grass.
In Founder's Point.
In Founder's Point, of course.
Founder's Point,
Work on the exterior of your house.
Job's done.